Got him for a giant! Not a giant, but he's a decent one. Yeah. I should have been doing this all along. Everything keeps telling me. 3-pounder. Well, if you can tell, we are out here in the cold and in the rain, but to me, this is fall time fishing. It's the best time to fish, and we have had an absolute ball this morning on big smallmouth, catching them on all sorts of baits. But fall time to me is spinnerbait time. Even though now a spinnerbait is in my rod locker pretty much all year long. When it's cold and they're around stumps, you can slow it down, you can get it up shallow. As it heats up and they get around beds, you can use them to get a reaction bite or those pre-spawn fish that are ready to move up. Then after the spawn, bluegill style fish up shallow, and then as it gets hot, you can sink a heavy spinnerbait down onto brush pile and timber. Wintertime fishing, some of the best spinnerbaiting I've had is on the Tennessee River up shallow along bluff walls, laydowns. And then fall time though, right now, is almost the best time. The fish are chasing shad, and obviously I've used Bassman Spinnerbait since I was 15 years old. They've been #1 spinnerbait in Australia, and then now they're here in the US as well. And I love this TW style. It's a really unique head that just rolls over timber. It comes through grass, it burns fast, it slow rolls. And I'm gonna use 2 different types of blade setups. I'm gonna use a small double willow when I'm burning it around bait fish, open water, sinking it down deep, fast retrieve, clear water situations, especially smallmouth, pelagic style fish. You're gonna go small double willows and you're gonna go heavy. You're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce and an ounce. And you're gonna go these, natural shad style colors. And then once I'm around timber and brush piles and deeper and I want to slow roll in dirtier water, the more stain, I'm gonna go to a tandem style blade setup. So a Colorado with a mag willow. It just holds the bait up. When I kill it, this blade gets up vertical like this and actually holds the bait while it sinks. And I can really creep that around and knock it into structure, hit it into things, and that's when you're gonna get those fish to bite. But this one for the fall is my favorite. That's straight out of the pack from Bassman. And then this is what I'm gonna do to it. I'm gonna start cutting this skirt up. So I'm gonna get halfway up here, I'm gonna cut here, I'm gonna get my scissors on an angle, I'm gonna turn it, scissors on an angle, I'm gonna chop all these ones on the inside, and I'm gonna actually make it look nasty. I want it looking like you've pulled at these little bits of skirt, and it's gonna layer it. So you're gonna have these outside shorter pieces down to, so it sort of almost tapers, and that's gonna give it a pulse and a better looking shape than like a straight down and straight cut off look. It's gonna look more shad-like. And then the next tip is a trailer. You have to have a trailer. This is the bigger mooch minnow. It's made of the that Laztec stretch material, so it lasts really a long time. And that little tail out there just gives it that perfect little bit of vibration, something for them to hone in on. And I'm gonna cut it to sort of what length I want. I'm gonna shorten it up like that, turn the spinnerbait over, rig this mooch minnow on. The Laztec can be a bit of a pain to like actually rig, but like once it's on there, it's really on there. And so if you get a hit and a fish needs to come back, that tail's not gonna rip and tear off. I can really throw this around some good structure. Now that tail's gonna hang out. If I wanna shorten that up, I'll take it off, cut it and shorten it. You just want a little bit out the back, and that mooch minnow is a great trailer in both sizes, all sizes, depending on how big your spinnerbait is. But this is a big spinnerbait, and I want a big profile to imitate that big shad, and that is gonna be a fish catcher machine right there. Bassman Spinnerbait TW.